TraceTogether, the app, is not yet mandatory as the government still needs to demonstrate it's effective in controlling COVID-19 for the whole of society. Minister in charge of GovTech, Janil Puthucheary, was speaking on CNA's weekly podcast, Heart of the Matter.
Can you make the case that with this bit of technology being mandatory, you transform the entire process for the public good? Well, then you've made a case for it being mandatory. If you say, well, this bit of technology, it's incremental, it adds, but it doesn't entirely transform it, well, you've made the case for it to be voluntary and a nice to have, not an essential to have. That question hasn't been answered yet. And I think we have to get to the point where we can answer that before we then get into should we or shouldn't we make it mandatory.
Dr. Janil highlighted that TraceTogether is only for COVID-19 contact tracing and not public health contact tracing. He's encouraging people to see how TraceTogether protects themselves and their families, just as how medicine was made mandatory when tuberculosis became rampant. He says once TraceTogether works well and enables safe trade and travel, some may even ask why it's not yet mandatory. That's also since TraceTogether only logs the Bluetooth signal and strength of another device to gauge distance as well as a timestamp. These remain private and encrypted on your device. Now, he also pointed out that some look at TraceTogether differently from other entertaining apps, even if these apps are more intrusive.